Hi, my name is Sierra. Today I'll be reading one of the four UC essays that got me into UC Berkeley, my final choice, along with other UCs. So let's get started. And at the end, make sure to stay and I'll share some tips for the application in general or for the whole sphere of college. So this UC app, I titled it UC app number two. It's one of the prompts that describes my leadership experience. And again, I applied in 2019, so prompt change maybe from year to year. But leadership, I think, is one of the recurring ones, as well as like academic achievement and your background. So the colleges really, like unlike private school college app, they really understand you holistically as a person instead of just like one of those four essays. And I know like the policy changes year by year, so take this essay as one of the examples of how you should express yourself and really be honest in your application, as well as the writing style that probably they prefer. So again, a pep talk, like if you don't get into your dream college, that's not the end of the world, right? Like your life, like you're literally like 18, 17. So you're gonna probably live up to like 80, right? So your life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And college, the title, the prestige, the ranking doesn't determine your worth. Like you probably most likely you like the college for its like reputation, like how easy it is to get a job, how large it is, like it's a fun college, but it should be mutually a fit for you and for the college. So just really be honest in your essays and really express yourself. Don't be shy, share something really personal, share how you're different from other people, or share why you really stand out from the other applicants. So again, this prompt things to consider. Our leadership role is more than a title. It can mean being a mentor to others, acting like a person in charge, taking responsibilities, leading an event or even a project. Think about what you accomplished and what you learned from the experience. And again, what are your responsibilities? So um, you're not just looking for like, oh, I cannot write about leadership experience because I'm not a president of the club. You can write about like a project leader or like a team leader even. So here is my essay. And again, look at this essay as one of the four pieces instead of just like, oh, this is the essay that got her into UC Berkeley. So here's a quote. Nah, only losers stay Friday after school for cards. A comment I usually get recruiting students at Bridge Team President. Contract Bridge, a competitive brain exercising card game played by four players into competing partnerships. It is one of my favorite games. Old school card games can be fun without being lucky, and it's difficult to master. I wanted to restore the classics and underrated game by starting a club. Committing to Bridge taught me how to lead a club, instruct others, and what kind of leader I would be. I founded the Bridge team freshman year with the help of two professional Bridge instructors and friends. My initial goal was to learn a serious and challenging card game that purely relies upon techniques rather than luck. I enjoy leading the team, and so the members elected me leader because I was taking responsibility, stepping in during launch practices when the instructors are absent. Others trusted me because I was mature and focused. I asked members what my leadership strengths were, and they said, "You're good at teaching as we play, building team spirit, and funny." I don't agree. Being a leader not only means, being a leader not only means to be caring and encouraging to my teammates, but also making sure to grab my opportunities that can better the club. My responsibilities were helping members study the game conventions, recruiting, filling school documents, fundraising, making posters and flyers, and leading during tournaments against other schools. I enjoy buying food from vendors, making 200% profit through food school food fairs. I enjoy buying, sorry, I learned to delegate tasks fairly and motivated members to improve and study at home. I give a lot of compliments and correct their mistakes gently. I also design a team shirt for my members and advisors to wear. I encourage them to download a helpful bridge app on their phone to practice without Wi Fi. I lead the team by making a role model by sorry, I lead the team by being a role model by keeping good grades in school, practicing the hardest and demonstrating good qualities such as gratitude towards advisors and respect for the opponents. Chinese culture has taught me how to be an authoritative and mature leader, while American school helped me become more charismatic, funny, and tender-hearted. Also necessary for leadership. Volunteering as the bridge leader was fun, but most importantly, it prepared me for other leadership experience as I'm also the president of Korean Culture Club, Japanese Culture Club, and vice president of the Film Society. Being a leader means setting the example, taking full responsibility, and bringing out the best of everyone. Let me analyze a little bit for you so you can see how it can fit your style and like what worked, what didn't work in general for essays. So you don't want to talk about something really cliche like I feel like a lot of people will talk about like the president of like cross country team, like ASB, like student government, whatnot, and like president of like a social club if that exists in your high school. Um, Being a president, like taking leadership roles in a less conventional way, in a less cliche, non cookie cutter setting is pretty, I guess, stands out and like refreshes your college app readers palette, so to say. And this is also important for me because, again, they saw that I was an low key or high key international student. I did not go to an international school in China. I moved here exactly freshman year and like my English was trash. They can see it in my transcript. I was in like, or my transfer, like my GPA is good, but they saw I took English as the second language as one of the classes freshman year. So they knew my English was like, okay. And then they really appreciated me, I guess, to preserve something culture like and preserve something old school that young people might not have like the clout for, the patience for, and taking the initiative to lead, to do extra things that doesn't like just involve um, like sustaining the club, but also to expand the club and find more resources for it. Now, seeing that I'm intended business and psychology, and my school doesn't really have like one of those conventional business club, like what is it? DECA wasn't great in my school. Like it was kind of sus on the exact coding, and we didn't have like FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. So I think this club and this essay, and again, I mentioned I was president of other clubs too, and I for sure had other leadership roles indicated on my resume. So why I wrote about Bridge Club instead of like Japanese Culture Club, Korean Culture Club, or Film Society, since those are more, I guess, typical, right? Like people know something about Korean culture, people know something about Japanese culture, and for sure they know kind of what a film critique is and a film society is. But this club, I really put in a lot of effort, and it's something unique. It's something that a student wouldn't normally do because it's really old school. It's really weird, and like it takes a lot of patience. It's sort of like chess, but like less popular as chess, and it takes teamwork or like partnership work. It also takes me reaching out to the instructors because I wasn't like that proficient in bridge. In fact, I was so like I only heard about a little bit of bridge freshman year, and of course, like the Chinese bridge, like Chow Pai instead of the American Standard Contract Bridge. So and card games, like when readers usually think about card games, like even you think of card game as something fun, like Uno or something, or poker, like for gambling, but this is something entirely different. I really talk about in my ending paragraph what does it mean to be a good leader and what I learned from the experience. Again, being a leader is not to, I guess, being in control, being in charge. It's about setting an example, being in front of your teammate, but most importantly, be beside them and be behind them to push them through. So it's not being like the best out of anything. It's helping a team grow and to encourage everyone to be their best. So that's the whole sphere and the whole talk on leadership. And this also echo a little bit to maybe the reader because it talk about like preserving traditions and preserving cultures and like stepping out of my comfort zone to do something. So yeah, cool. And again, leadership doesn't really have to be limited to school activities. It can also be helping to take care of a family or a community project. For UC apps in general, I would definitely say number one, like really cliche, drink water. Oh no, start early, start like mid to late summer to like brainstorm about it because they're about the same concept, like academic, community involvement, leadership, your personal background, and like how you are a good learner and how you're curious, right? Yeah, and for other parts about the mentality for applying to anything, whether it be colleges, be right now I'm facing Berkeley clubs. I mean, seriously, like jobs, career. It is not like it is never the end all be all. Like even if you retire, there's also new life after retirement. Think about the long game instead of the short game, right? Like if you like I cried when I got into Berkeley, but I never cried if I got like rejected or waitlisted from any colleges, right? So use that like optimistic and happy mindset and think about your life more holistically instead of this is it. Like I'm so tunnel vision on this. If I don't get in, I'm gonna be so sad and like there's no like returning point since I might like go to community college or something. Like it's not the end, right? And also think about it logically. So have a plan B. Realistically, have your like reach schools, your target schools. So reach schools are the ones that you're reaching for. It's like harder to get in for virtually everyone, right? Unless you're some type of genius who created Tesla or like helped create Tesla. I'm joking. And then your target school means that it's reasonable for you to get into the schools like with a bit of luck and with a lot of effort for sure. And then to your safety schools, so the schools that you're almost like 99% certain that you will get in. So look into those schools with like a higher acceptance rate or even community colleges. Like community college is great. I didn't go to community college full time, but I did do summer classes at community college for free because my school and my district offered me that. So take advantage of that. And the people you meet at community college, the teachers, they like actually love their work and love their job. So it's not like there's like nothing wrong with community college, alright? Like don't fuck your mindset up like that to think I just need to be prestige. And talking about like imposter syndrome, like comparing yourself, like your GPA, your achievements, your SAT scores to other people, it's not really good because you are you and you want to accomplish different things. You have different goals in life, and you enjoy different things, you seek happiness from maybe helping people, maybe boosting your self-esteem, or just to be your best version. I think it's the great mindset to achieving happiness and achieving life goals. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck to get into school because different college app readers see your application differently, right? They have a different perspective in life, and because you're sharing your personal stories, they cannot be, it's a story, like they cannot be 100% objective. There's always some percentage that's very subjective. So, don't blame it on yourself. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck, because one of my friend, she has like one grade above me. She is like the national finalist for like SAT or whatever. I forgot the name because SAT doesn't matter, right? So, and she has like a really high GPA. She took a lot of APs in high school as well, like the same amount as me. Wait, actually, similar amount, like a little bit less than me. So her course load was like really heavy. She is definitely the top 10% of your public schools ranking, like public schools class ranking. They don't really publish it, but we are we all like can reasonably infer, right? So, and she didn't get into like a lot of the typically like dream college or like reach school that you expect people like her to get in. So, like sometimes it just, in her essays, I feel like I read, skimmed through her essays as well. Her essays were like super honest and super unique, but I guess like the only reason, and she agreed. She said, I asked her like, what advice would you give me? Like, what, you're so amazing. Why didn't they accept you? Are they like blind? Is there some error? And she said, oh, it sometimes just takes a little bit of luck. So yeah, and that's my sphere of pep talk and like plus tips was like life advice. Hopefully you liked it, and like just chill, like putting as much effort as you can into it, and just wait for the results. Bye.